Penguins. Sorry, he said 3, 2, 1.
I just need to drink my my bottle of Stu Aints root beer.
Stu Aints?
Stu Aints. Because you ain't here. Guys, how...
What?
I don't know. Hey, guys, I'm Dr. Zombrinos in a sec. I sound significantly better. I'm still struggling, but I do sound better.
And I'm JJ, aka Junior Wolf, and I'm tired. I just got back from a 4-hour drive, so...
JJ is struggling a bit this time. I'm kind of struggling. We're both tired, but today we got a Fortnite episode for you.
Probably. It'll probably just be us dying this episode, but we'll try and talk about Fortnite.
Before we get into that, just want to let you all know, I have a new channel. Did you see that, JJ?
I did see that.
Yep. It's called Dr. Zombrain Books. Now, it's going to be some reviews, because I know Lexi wanted to read a few books, and I want to get back into reading. But it's more so because I want to work on my books more, and I want to build a community out around that. And compared to other stuff, I'll have cooking videos on my main channel. Having book videos feel a bit weird.
Yeah?
On a gaming and anime channel? Yeah.
That's fair.
Another thing that's coming, which I'm so excited to play, is, guys, I'm getting a PlayStation VR 2.
He's way too excited about this.
What do you mean? That at this point, I'll be able to play everything. I'll have played a Switch. I've played Xbox. I have a PlayStation. I've played PC. Mobile.
You haven't played?
VR.
No, a Game Boy.
Debatable.
You haven't played a Sega console?
Yeah, I have.
A Sega console?
Yeah.
What is it?
My brother had all of the classic consoles, and he's brought them over before. Not here, not Shane, my mom's side. Like, I've played PlayStation 2, like I've played the classic Xbox, but I've also played all of those classic ones. Not all of them, but I've played Sega, I've played Game Boy.
Sus.
I played a DS. Anyway, that's what we're talking about. We're talking about Fortnite.
This isn't a consoles episode. We'll probably get to that later.
This is why he said maybe.
But
no, I'm excited. I've been able to play everything, but Fortnite.
It's a new season. Can you believe it?
Yeah. And do you know what the season has done to me?
Made you cry?
Kill all my trust I have in Epic Games. We'll get into it. Anyway, so where do you want to start? Do you want to start with the battle pass like normal? Get that out of the way real quick.
Oh, sure. Why not?
First impressions, good or bad? Actually, mixed with better or worse than the original.
Okay. So
Marvel season, by the way. I don't know. Just if you've been living under a rock,
we
Marvel
should probably
season.
specify that. That might be good.
So that's why I said original.
Yeah. So my opinion on the collabs and stuff, and I wished that I had gotten to play the previous Marvel season just because I've been a Marvel fan for a while, and I like the whole cohesive theme with the entire pass. So I'm probably already just going to like this a little more than you.
Yeah.
That's just kind of a given.
Yeah.
But are we going to go skin by skin then?
Sure. We'll just quickly go skin by skin. We start with Gwenpool. The amount of people that don't know who Gwenpool was and thought it was just Gwen Stacy when it's not just Gwen Stacy. It is Gwen Stacy, but it's not just Gwen Stacy. It is a very different character. And let me tell you, the amount of comic pages I've seen because of this, because now my Twitter thread is full of it, she's a great character. I want to read her comics.
Oh yeah, no, she's like Deadpool in the way that she's meta, but she's meta in a different way because she's like from our world and got like sucked into the comic, so she's aware of the fact that it's a comic, but doesn't necessarily just use that to speak to the reader. She like interacts with the pages of the comic, which is really cool.
So I saw one where it was Friday. It's like, I'll do this later, and it's two of her heads, right? One is like smiling, throwing her homework, and the other one's looking across to the other panel, because the other panel is her on Sunday about to shoot her old self because she procrastinated. It's really funny. So she's probably one of the better ones, and let me tell you, I'm so happy. I don't know if I'm going to use the cel-shaded, but there's a cel-shaded, but I'm so happy that we are consistently getting the option to turn off cel-shading in a good way.
I am too.
In a
very
good
much
way.
so. don't get me wrong, it's really cool to have, the comic themed cell shading. Like, it's really cool to get skins like that, but at the same time, not a lot of people like it. And in terms of like competitive stuff, cell shading is way too easy to spot. So turning that off can be really helpful.
And my problem is Fortnite cell shading's always bugged. The amount of times I'm trying to use it and then my skin just goes blue. You know what I mean? Like, it's just really awkward. And it goes for the cosmetics as well. Like, I really like the swords, but I'm not going to use the cell, but I'll use it without the cell shading.
Mm-hmm.
So, Stacy, Red Bull, good skin. Good skin.
Yeah, I like it. I'm not a huge fan of her whole original design, but some of those alt styles I definitely could see myself using.
War Machine,
great character. Honestly, I'm glad it wasn't just another version of Iron Man. I would honestly rather have this suit than just another Iron Man.
That's fair. I mean, to be fair, though, it's the same thing as, like, Thor. There easily could have been a very different Iron Man, like Iron Man Superior, like, Superman has all these different ones. Like, it could have been a very cool Iron Man. It could have been a wrecked Iron Man. War Machine is just kind of random. Like, it doesn't... I don't know why he's related, whereas Iron Man actually...
random.
I mean...
He has... I'll say this. He has a lot more presence in the comics than he does the movies. So if you're solely, like, an MCU fan, yes, you're not going to have as much appreciation for this. But in the comics, he is a lot more of a frequent character, especially, like, helping Tony out on missions and, obviously, working against him in certain comics as well.
His set's also just really weird. I don't like the back bling and pickaxe.
The back bling is not the best. The glider I do like. It's a nice dark glider that's going to go well with a good amount of skins, but the pickaxe and back bling, they're just like bombs.
Yeah. I like the second style, though. Iron Patriot.
Yeah, second style is really cool.
So, it's all right. It's not the worst one. It's just, I probably would prefer to have a cooler version of Iron Man, like Iron Man Superior or something like that. But it's cool. It's good. Peel Marine.
Woohoo! It's interesting.
So, I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. I'm still conflicted on it, but I like having Marvel-themed Fortnite original skins, like Bright Bomber. So this is one of the two in the Battle Pass. I don't know if I like that or not, versus having more actual Marvel characters, but it is cool to see. And I like the fact that the meme skin was not only Peely, but a Marvel Peely. I think that was pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that they're doing that as well, because it kind of makes it so that they're not completely just, taking Marvel characters for a battle pass. They're also adding in their own little spin and twist to things, and especially when it comes to some of these beloved original characters like Peely and Jonesy, it's really cool to see them turn those into memes with other Marvel characters.
And then the second style is X-Force. I'm going to say classic. It's not. There is a classic style, though, and I really like that. And then, classic pickaxe.
Yup.
Flaws. Not saying that's bad, but compared to all the Star Wars skins getting the really random knives or something, now we have all these freaking claws.
Yeah, we have like 5 different sets of Wolverine claws, probably more.
I have like 3 of them with this one.
Yeah.
Anyway, next one. Emma Frost. Funny.
I'm...
favorite one, but also the one I don't know anything about.
Yeah, no, I have zero idea who this character is. I like her style, but I can't say I like her as a skin because it's very monotone. I think that's my main problem with it, is it's so just like white and gray, and like obviously that can be good in some context, but in the context of, a interesting Marvel skin, it just doesn't do the same thing for me as like some of the other ones in the Battle Pass.
But now we have the female version of the Chapter 5 Season 1 skin.
Right.
Yeah, no, see, here's the thing, and you probably know why. Trench coat. Enough said.
Yeah.
But no, it's an alright skin. It's definitely not the best, but it's just generic, which I like. And then I am excited. We don't know the super styles yet, but I'm really excited to see if we can get the trench coat, or imagine the diamond style gets the super style, and you could have like the blue diamond or something like that, or purple.
I feel like that'd be way too crazy.
That would be crazy, but that could be really cool. Yeah, she's all right. Definitely feels like she's very important, though, to the story, which we'll get to in a little bit. Like, she can be. Like, she just kind of seems... What's the person from Suicide Squad? I'm completely forgetting her name.
Harley Quinn?
No. The director. Like Nick Fury.
Oh. Yeah, what is her name?
We're blanking, but you know what I mean? It feels like she's probably like her. Like, she's going to be like a head of an agency in Marvel of some sort, but maybe a little bit more dark, like Suicide Squad versus S.H.I.E.L.D. I don't know. I don't know anything about her, but she seems important. That's the type of character she seems like. Anyway, Jonesy, I like this. I think this is a really good skin. Probably one of my favorites in the Battle Pass, to be honest. I like it and I don't like it. I like the pickaxe and backbling. I think it's very unique to have Captain America's shield, but then mix in the classic Fortnite pickaxe. Do you know why I don't like it? He's Captain America, right? Captain Jones. He can't hold Mjolnir. My man's been alive for thousands of years and sacrificed so much. He is worthy.
You know, I wonder if they want him to make him worthy, because you saw in... What skins got it? Because some skins were now worthy in the update recently.
Recently? I don't remember seeing anyone
I think
worthy.
at the start of the Marvel season, I think like 1 or 2 skins got like added to be able to use it. And they were like such random pulls as well.
I think they were accurate because I know Moon Knight can.
Yeah,
maybe that
Moon Knight
was added.
Was one, yeah.
But that's like an actual canon thing. That's not like a random. And I don't know what the other one is, but it was probably like another... You know what I mean? Like, it was probably another one.
I wonder if Disney didn't let them do Jonesy, though. Like, I wonder if they wanted it to be, like, super accurate, and Jonesy's not technically in Marvel, so I wonder.
Yeah, but I'm kind of disappointed in that, because I thought that'd be really cool.
You know, I love his design. He fits really well as a Cap.
He's really good. And like I said with Peely, I like having that Marvel aesthetic to a Fortnite original, and I like this Jonesy more than Vengeance Jonesy from Season 1. Not the styles. No. I like the Borderlands style, but when we talk about generic, I like this one more. And the set as well. The set's significantly better.
Yeah.
And I also really like the second style. Not the glider.
Second style's really cool.
I don't know why we gotta get these generic gliders, like, especially for a Marvel. Okay, I will say, we'll talk about what's better. The original is so much better in gliders. Yeah. Like, they were all skin related, like, skin specific. But, like, there's so many, like, generic and just bland gliders in this pass. But yeah, second style. Anyway, Mysterio.
I like him as a character, so it's cool to see him here.
Yeah. He's alright.
Obviously, he's a very, like, classic Marvel character, so his design is very much, like, one color, and it's like a bodysuit, and some small highlights.
Yeah, he's cool. I like his pickaxe.
Yeah, second style's cool.
Yeah. Anyway, the tier 100, which... Were you expecting this for the tier 100?
No, but I can see it.
I can
honestly, out of all of the skins here, I feel like this was a solid choice for the tier 100.
Who is it?
Shuri.
We need to say that for the viewers.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
We're not just having a conversation. We have viewers, so we let them know.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Shuri.
Shuri, Black Panther #2.
She's cool. I will say I'm using the contrail with Gojo, because Gojo does Hollow Purple. Remember the Mythic? Spear. I like spears. They're probably like top 3 pickaxe style for me. But not saying that she's bad. It's just for me. Like, the whole battle pass is kind of because I don't really connect with any of these characters versus the original. We had Iron Man, we had Storm, we had Groot, like characters that I can connect with and enjoy so much more. I haven't even seen the new Black Panther. Mysterio, like you said, he's iconic, but he's also classic. I don't even know who Emma Frost is. So
yeah. And some of this, granted, is because they've already put so many Marvel characters in game, they don't have many new ones to pull from, and they would have gotten so much like flack for only doing like reskins. So, like, I feel like Gwenpool, that's a great pull. That's a great one to add to a battle pass. War Machine, I can see it. You know, you want an Iron Man, but you don't want Iron Man himself. And then it starts to get a little weird where, sure, P.L. Wolverine, obviously you need your Fortnite meme. Then Emma Frost, such a deep cut. Like, she's an X-Man, but not everybody knows her on, like, a surface level. Like, she wasn't even in any of the X-Men movies, I don't think. Don't quote me on that. I don't think
so. I don't remember her.
Yeah,
like
I've
the most
watched
she
all of them, and
was in one of the movies where it was all the students, and she died like right off the bat or something.
Oh,
I'm not saying she is, but I'm saying if she was probably like one of those really quick characters that you didn't actually bond
so it's like
with.
It's kind of a deep cut there, and it's like, well, I guess maybe that gives them a little freedom to use her in the story, but I don't see it, you know, being a great pull for a Marvel pass. Then Captain Jones, you want your Captain America, but you obviously have Cap already. And then you go to Mysterio. I don't know about him. He seems a little out of place. Out of everybody here, I feel like he's the most out of place because not only is his style not correlating to everyone else in the Battle Pass, but he's also like, like, as far as we know, he's a Spider-Man villain, right? On surface level, he's a Spider-Man villain. And Spider-Man is not here. We have had nothing to do with Spider-Man in this entire season thus far.
Maybe that's why.
But Mysterio's here.
Because we've had Miles Morales, so let's throw Spider-Man character into here. But we already have so many Spider-Man because we have Iron Spider, because we just got Iron Spider.
Yeah, we have Spider-Man.
We have Spider-Man Zero.
Movie Spider-Man. We have Spider-Man Zero.
Tom
we have
Holland. Miles Morales.
Miles.
So, like, maybe they're just trying to throw a Spider-Man character in, because that is one of the bigger franchises, especially with the games. So maybe that's why they're throwing Mysterio in here, and it's more of a OG comic style versus the movie.
Yeah, I guess that's fair.
Still
it just feels
random,
weird to not be like the movie style.
Yeah.
And then we have Shuri, obviously.
Yeah.
And a good choice for a tier 100. You know, she's like the queen of Wakanda. And we already have Black Panther,
Princess,
so
it's in the
female
description.
Black Panther is, you know, a logical further that we would have gotten eventually.
Like I said, none of it's really bad, but like I said, because it's older and, you know, before we had all these, I think the first one's better because I just can connect with it. Like, the characters actually, especially in the movies, because that's where I'm connected more. I do know plenty of the comics, don't get me wrong. Like, I've seen clips, I've seen shows, but the movies are really where a lot of people really got into Marvel, and that's where we saw those characters in the original past versus here. And then, like I said, the colliders and just the sets felt very much more unique and big, right? You had, like, Thor's Mjolnir going down the sky, holding it, like, stuff like that we just don't have here. Mm-hmm. It's a bomb, it's a normal pickaxe, like...
They could have done a lot more with the things around the characters. I think they were focused so much on making the characters themselves look cool that they forgot about the rest of their sets.
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say compared to last season, better, but it's not going to be one of my favorites. And other than Emma Frost,
I think this is probably one of the best of the chapter. I think we can safely say that.
Yeah. I like Season 2. I think Season 2 is better than this. This is probably my second. I think Season 2 of the Greek season.
We forgot Doom.
Yeah, I know we haven't gone there yet, but the main battle pass, which I was also talking to someone, what do you call the main pass now? What level does the main pass end?
What do you mean the main pass?
Because, you know, you have all the extra stuff. What level does the main pass end? Because before it was always level 100, right? So when does the main pass end? Do you still say level 100?
I think yes. I think the way they set it up is stupid because these styles should not be in bonus rewards and stuff. But the main pass does end at 100 for me.
Here's what I say.
Bonus rewards really should just be bonus stuff, not styles.
Yeah, the styles. But here's the other thing. You need to get to page 4 to get all the V-Bucks. You can't even complete and get all the V-Bucks out of it for level 100 anymore. If the V-Bucks were still on the main pass, I would stay level 100. But the fact that I need to get to page 4, and it's the second to last reward in page 4 of the bonus rewards.
This is how Fortnite inflation works. It doesn't actually affect the prices. You just have to get further in levels now.
More play time. But, yeah. So, we have styles. I'm excited for the super styles. I think it's going to be pretty cool. They're unlocked in 10 days from today, which is August 25th. So, quest rewards real quick. We'll see what the rest of they are. It's in 36 and 50 days. They're not really quest rewards. They're just styles.
Yeah.
Anyway, Doom, though, also in 10 days. Do you think he is better or worse than the original? I've seen a lot of talk about it.
This is better, in my opinion. I really like the armored style.
I think I like the original better, but we'll see about the set. I think that's what determines it, because the original also had, I don't know if you remember, it has the built-in emote, which you could only use when you get a win.
That's right, yeah.
And so we'll see if he has not necessarily that type of emote, but some cool cosmetics, because that definitely adds to the original Doctor Doom. So we'll see what the set is, and I want to base my judgment on the set, especially if there's a second style, rather than just the first generic style.
Yeah.
Crew's there.
This month's crew is crap. I stand by that.
Anyway. Is that it?
I think so. I think that's it for our items.
So yeah. Let's just quickly talk because I don't know if you played any of these because I didn't. Rocket Racing had a season a little while ago, and Festival had a new season at the start of this season. That's happened. That's about all I'm going to say.
Yep.
Unless you have anything else.
Carol G.
She had a... Yep.
Dude, I don't know who it is. She does music.
See, okay.
And she's here.
So two things. One, I've seen a lot of politics. I don't want to get into it, but I've seen that she's not exactly a great person, so I don't really care that much. But in the grand scheme of things, I'm happy that they're doing foreign people, because I do agree it's really stupid when they release an icon, whether that be a festival or a skin, and everyone's just like, who? And it's like, guys, they are massive. They are one of the biggest streamers in the world. They just only speak Spanish. So I'm sorry that you don't know it, but they're bigger than most of the people you watch. It's just they're not English. So I like the fact that we're getting that. I don't like Karol G specifically, but I like the fact that they're opening it up to more than just Billie Eilish, Metallica. They're great, but music's so much bigger than that. Know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, however, I'm not going to see the concert. Like I said, I've seen stuff. I don't really like Karol G, but I have seen some good stuff about the concert. That it felt a lot more like a concert than a parkour course. So, I don't know if that's true. I'm not going to see it. But remember, Metallica also had a concert, meaning I'm hoping that going forward we get concerts from every season.
That'd be cool.
Because Snoop Dogg's next, right? I would love a Snoop Dogg concert.
That'd be interesting.
Anyway, and then Rocket Racing. Yep.
You go vroom vroom.
Go vroom vroom. That's it.
Yep.
Then let's quickly talk about Reload before we get into BR. It's had some changes, loopholes changing. Did you see the news, though, that apparently there is some possibly going to Chapter 2 for Reload?
Yeah, I did see that. So here's the thing. Obviously, if Reload is a permanent mode, which it very much seems like it is, they're going to have to update it, right? And it's going to be tough to do that because what everybody wants it to be is, that Chapter 1 kind of feel, that nostalgic, like what Fortnite used to be. That's what people are wanting it to stay. But to update that at the same time, they're going to end up having to recycle content, and that's just not, practical. So what I'm kind of hoping they do is keep the mechanics the same, keep it, no cars, none of that, new updated Fortnite stuff. Swimming really shouldn't be an important thing. No, fishing, none of that.
Not
keep
fishing,
it,
swimming,
older
just,
guns.
if we do get loot leak or something, be able to swim if they do it. If they
keep it older guns and all that stuff.
Well, honestly,
big push for building, that kind of thing.
Older guns in terms of before Chapter 5. I like the fact that it's not necessarily just that season loophole. I like the fact that we're having the hammer and charge and stuff like that, which
I don't think it should be any new, newer stuff,
maybe
actual
3.
themed stuff. That's what I was going to say, is maybe 3 and back.
No.
I would say is a good area for the weapons for this mode to stay. But most importantly, I think...
Because that's Chapter 4.
I wasn't a huge fan of having the twin mag in this, to be completely honest.
I didn't play a lot the last few weeks, so I didn't play with that last round. But I will say, it seems like they're updating it frequently enough that every 3 weeks or so, 4 weeks, they get some loot pool changes, which I like.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that then begs the question, when are map changes coming? And as I've been trying to say here, the most important thing that I don't think they should change is how the terrain is designed. Because I think that's the most important thing in making it feel like it's Chapter 1 is don't worry about zero build. It's good that it's there. And I play mostly zero build, so you can take it from me. Don't worry about zero build. They'll figure themselves out. You have enough mobility items in there that they can get from tree to tree. But the thing that makes it feel like that Chapter 1 is having those big open spaces that you have to get across. You know, keep that big open areas that encourages people to build and use that as a defense.
I will say, though, I do think we need to split loot pools in zero build and just add a few extra things like bunkers and stuff like that for zero build purposes. Maybe add an extra mobility item in zero builds just so they have an extra chance of getting mobility, because that's how that mode's played. And from what I've seen and heard, zero build reload plays significantly worse than BR because it doesn't have all those extra things. Because there is no cars, and that's a crucial part in BR zero build. And that has been since Chapter 3 when it was introduced. But yeah, so we'll see. It's rumored to be Chapter 2, which I'm kind of scared about, because it's going to release around Chapter 2 OG. So is Reload and BR going to be Chapter 2 for a month? Because that's going to kind of remove some of the hype around it, because the reason this is doing partially so well is because it's the Chapter 1 map. And it's like, so I don't want to play the new map, so I want to go play... You know what I mean? Like, it kind of removes that whole idea behind Reload. Partially.
Yeah, I kind of hope what they end up doing is not, like, completely shift to Chapter 2. Maybe just, like, start bringing, like, a Chapter 2 POI. Just,
add
like,
an extra
maybe
POI.
that.
Don't even remove anything. Just add a whole Chapter 2 POI to make it slightly bigger. And then start removing. Like, imagine we remove one of them and they get a divot, right? There's a big old hole in one of the POIs. And now, instead of placing Dusty Divot, like with factories and all that, you place a Chapter 2 POI in the divot. So it's new, but it's a combination with Chapter 1 POI Dusty Divot and Chapter 2 POI. That could be a really cool way of having a map update and make it fresh, but also feel OG.
Yeah, start combining some stuff and make it feel like a natural progression of, like, still keep it feeling like it's those old Fortnite days.
Like Bony Burbs, right? Where it's kind of like salty springs mixed with tilted towers. Like, bring some more stuff like that, but not quite in that theme. But, like, combining some POIs, making new ones. Yeah. But also having fully old POIs, like untouched POIs. I think we need a combination of both. But I'm excited to see where it goes. It's really nice that I have this, and I do hope it stays permanent, because especially leading into Chapter 6, like I said, I've been losing so much trust in Fortnite, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. It's nice to have this option that if I want to play the game, I can play builds with no stupid stuff.
Yeah.
But yeah, so where do you want to start? Do you want to start about the map, or do we want to do loot pool first?
I guess map first, I think.
All right, so let's pull up a blog post, and we can check out some of these POIs. So let's start with Castle Doom.
It's a castle.
Castle. I like the slipstream that we have.
Definitely.
Cool.
I think I like the high ceilings in this map. In this POI, I will say it is nice to have not as condensed a building, but still have walls around you, because it allows for a lot of interesting angle play.
Yeah, it's cool. Not my favorite POI, but it's solid. I do like, though, that there's a new biome, and it feels much more like old Fortnite than Chapter 5. I like the red trees. Add some color, add some vibrancy to it. Also, I want to call it Cap. It says nearby Doom's Courtyard Landmark. It's a named location. It might be a landmark, but there is a name on the map, which makes it a named location.
Yeah.
So I don't know if in the quests, if you do stuff there, if it counts as a named POI, but it's named. Anyway, that's a cool POI too. It's just classy courts with a big statue in it. Nothing really changed. Doomstrap. Or Stated. Cool.
Yeah. I will say I kind of missed a lot of these village POIs. Like, sure, we've had stuff like whatever Sandy Steps was called before it got flooded. And I guess we had
flooded. Is this one thing you can say?
Not flooded. Got flooded with sand. Got sandstormed.
Flooded normally with water. So I'm like,
Yeah.
But yeah.
I miss having a lot of these like smaller houses, especially with like interesting themes and stuff, because we did have a lot of that back in like chapter 2 and even chapter 3. We had some villages. Yeah, and it feels like we've kind of strayed away from that a little bit.
I will say, I know what you're saying, but this was here in season 1. Like the same building layout and everything. It was like a Misty Meadows type of POI. I don't know if it was there before the season. It was removed in season 3.
I don't think
maybe season
it was
2.
The same layout.
I remember that clock tower. Like, it was a very, very similar layout. That clock tower was there.
I remember landing on that.
You're going crazy. There is the only thing that changed is like the aesthetic of it.
I guess it just really wasn't memorable.
Very similar. It's not. It was not memorable. But I know what you're saying. But it was just like Misty Meadows. It was snowy and everything. So, I agree. I like those. But this isn't really new. It's just like classy courts. They just changed the look of it a bit to make it more doomy.
Well, it's better. I think this is better than whatever was there.
It is better,
because
it's not exactly
this is memorable.
Super new. It's not exactly
I've had good times in this POI already, and it's only been a week. I don't even remember the last one.
Literally. Anyway, Fantastic Four landmark. I want to say, people are saying how dark some of this stuff is, showing Doom, and it's like, yeah, Doom is one of the strongest characters in the entire Marvel comics. He's pretty dark and strong. And then finally, the Wrath. Mixed on it because of where it is.
Off to the side?
No, it's too far in. I think they should have put this more on the edge of the map and have it be on the side of the ocean.
Oh?
Because it makes sense, because it's supposed to be in the water. So why'd you just make the lake a little bit bigger? Why not actually put it in the ocean so the only way out is in, you know what I mean? Like, that's the whole point. That's where the raft is in the Spider-Man. Like, it's in the ocean. So I think it should have been on the edge of the map. Other than that, it's a solid POI. I like it. I like some of the mechanics. Did you see there's like a vault underneath that's locked?
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where it goes. I hope it's not locked like Foundation statue. I also hope it's not basic like the Midas thing. I hope it's a proper vault that's open later in the season. Maybe where the time machine is, because that's probably how we're going to go back to chapter 2 is time machine again.
Did you see a lot of people were comparing this POI to the Agency?
I did hear that, and I do not agree. I kind of see it, but not the same vibe. I get what people are saying.
I think it's very much a hub space for the season, if that makes sense. I think this POI is kind of, like, did you see the Gwenpool quests that are there?
Yeah, I collected them. I need to do them. But yeah, I did see them.
It's kind of like the raft is where you go if you are landing for the season theme. You know, if you're just dropping in, the raft is like, hey, let's land there for the first time, you know? And obviously those Gwenpool quests are there, so people are going to be dropping there often. It kind of makes it not exactly the tilted of the season, but definitely one of the most popular POIs and probably the one that will be remembered most from this season.
Okay, so I'm looking at the map, and yeah, like, I don't know why. I thought it was the lake. It's not even the lake. It's just on the side of one of the rivers. Like, if they threw it in the actual lake in the middle and maybe even restore reels and make that whole area like a big lake with some smaller lake houses or buildings like the helicopter pads and towers, I think that would be significantly better. Or if they do it on the edge of the map. That would be chaos. But I think that would be so much better if we had a whole bunch of towers around it and it was actually in the middle of the map with a big lake. Because now there's not even a lake. It's still frozen over.
Yeah.
I think that would be better than what it is. I'm not saying it's bad. I do think it's the best of the new POIs. But I will also say I don't like medallions, and I'm never going to like medallions. Because mythics are one thing, but the reason I don't like medallions is it makes these new POIs so much stronger, and the old POIs like Nitrodome just feel useless now. Like, all the old mythic POIs are just useless because of the 50% spawn rate. Like, there's no specific reason to go any of these because they don't have, like, a bunch of loot because all the loot's 50%. So if you want loot, you go to the new POIs and that's it. And everything else feels underwhelming.
Yeah.
Mythics are one thing, but medallions make that worse.
The medallions this season are full, so
we'll get into that in a minute. Let's talk about some of the new items first, or do you want to talk about medallions and mythics first?
I mean, we might as well talk about medallions because we just mentioned
worst
it.
Medallions.
So crazy. I don't want to say they're the worst. We definitely have one of the worst medallions ever, probably the worst for a long time in this pool. But I don't want to say the other two are the worst as,
not the
residual.
Worst, but overall, it's the worst season of medallions. So let's start with the worst medallion, undebatably, freaking Mysterio's.
Yep, Mysterio's invisible stealth medallion.
Yep.
You wouldn't have thought this would be the worst. It sounds a little useless on first glance,
because
it's like,
Fortnite doesn't do well with invisibility.
Yeah, they don't do invisibility great. And I've seen some people trying to, show videos of, if a person is standing still out in the open, you really can't see them unless you're,
there is a competitive clip where they walk into somebody's box with a gatekeeper and they kill two of them.
Yeah, it's sure, and some opportunities it might be useful, but you're usually not going to find a use for it in the match. But on top of that, it's the way its mechanics are set up. If you crouch at all, it cancels any action that you were doing. If you're reloading, if you're sprinting, you can't even go to try and slide.
If you take a medkit and you crouch.
Exactly.
Canceled.
It cancels every action. You cannot do anything if you have this medallion in your inventory and you try and crouch.
The animations, when you undo it, also can screw you over. Let's take the pros and cons. Can't ADS while you do it, can't heal while you do it, can't sprint while you do it, can't slide while you do it, and you're marked on the map. Versus just playing the game normally and not having a target on your back. Which one are you going to choose, AJ? I'm going to choose just drop it. It's not even worth having
no, I never pick it up.
I drop it. I
picked it up the first and second time that I saw it, and every time I was like, I'm not going to pick this up again.
So
it's just not worth it.
Useless. Now, okay, so there's two things. One, either they remove the animation and they make it instant, then I think it could be cool. Still have the same thing, but don't have to sit there for a second and go invis. The moment you crouch, you invis, and then you can still do stuff too. Maybe not ADS, so you can't ADS and snipe at the same time like invis, but at least be able to heal, reload while invis, I think it'd be good. Or two, what if they changed it and actually made it the boss's thing, where it's like the decoy grenades, and you can get duplicates when you crouch or something.
That'd be cool. Just
that
super weak bots that don't actually do any damage.
Don't do any damage, they run out. Because I remember seeing a classic one where somebody threw it on a launch pad, somebody started shooting it, so he snuck up over the stair and shot him and sniped him and won. That's such a cool thing. You could totally do that with this. That actually would make it usable. This, don't even pick it up. It's only going to screw you over. Let's talk about Dr. Doom's medallion.
Yeah, or Doombot. This is not Dr. Doom himself. This is the Doombot. So here's the Siphon medallion. This Siphon is powerful. Have you used it?
Yes and no. Is it different?
It is powerful. I tend not to pay attention to the Siphon medallions, but if I remember correctly, how much is it usually?
50.
This is not 50. This is 100 per kill. Because I was at 13 health, and I had this medallion in my inventory. I shot somebody with a Monarch pistol and killed them, and it got me up to 13 shield. And then I killed the guy's teammate, and I was max.
See, I know sometimes you're crazy, and this might be one of those cases, because if it was 100, I would be seeing it and seeing people talk about it. And I have not seen a single comment about Siphon in any thread. Whether that be or casual. I have not seen a single person talk about it. Unless some crazy crap
happened, I would not have gone from like minimal health to maximum in 2 kills. I didn't
here's
heal
the thing. Is what if it's opponents and maybe you shot an NPC and the NPC got finished? Because there's a lot of NPCs. Because like I'm not saying you're wrong, but I know sometimes you're not great at seeing your health bar, and I feel like I would have seen something about healing 100. Because that is a lot, and I have not seen a single person. We've gone through tournaments already, and I've not seen a single thing about it. I've just seen people say it's Siphon, and that's it. So, I don't know. I'll try it. I'll push for it and see if I can get it, but I'm not sure.
I wonder if I can find... Grants you health and shield, Siphon, yeah. I can't find...
I've just seen it's just normal Siphon. It's just 50 health or shield on elimination. And it does say opponents, which would include the NPCs around the POI. So, I don't know. I just realized we're at 40 minutes already.
Oh, gosh.
Okay. Final one. Emma Frost. It scans. That's the best one. I don't think it's the best medallion we've ever had, but it's really good. I do think it needs changed a bit. Maybe scan a little less. Not like frequently, just for less time that you're scanned.
Yeah.
I will say though, for like meta use, have one person carry it and it'll constantly scan. But when you need to scan, give it to your teammate, because that cooldown is its own separate thing. So if I were, say, playing with you and I give it to you, you instantly scan, then you give it back to me. I'm going to scan randomly, but whenever we need to or about to get in a fight and I give it to you, your cooldown will always be at max because you have it so infrequently. So that's the best way to use it. Because, yeah, it scans everything around you. It's a pretty big area, too. Definitely the best one. And I'm very excited to see Rand finals with it, because imagine, like, proper stacked finals with, like, 40 people in moving zones with this. And be able to know what layer and everyone is. That's going to be really cool. So I'm excited for that. But yeah. And then we know we're getting, from Mythics, Emma Frost has the AUG, which we're talking about in a minute. Dr. Doombot has the Monarch Pistol. And then Mysterio has the Sovereign. And then later in the season, we're going to get the Micro SMG Mythic. Let's talk about the Micro SMGs first, shall we?
Holy crap, these things are strong.
Okay, no. So, I think Thunderbursts are better, and I do not like them. They're nowhere near some of my favorite SMGs, but they're good SMGs because they're balanced. Do you know what these remind me of? The Machine Pistol. They do what an SMG is supposed to do. They're really good close range, and they have a large drop-off when you go to medium range. We're just so used, and I'm so used to having SMGs that you can use at all ranges. So I think as an actual SMG, it does its job. It's not super good mid-range, and I like that. I think it's a good balance. It's just, I prefer to have the unbalanced. But yeah, they're good. They're great, especially close range.
Yeah.
So what are you going to say?
What was I going to say?
Are they like some of your favorite? Because you seem like you enjoyed the loot pool this season a lot.
Yeah, so this loot pool is definitely probably one of the best of the season in my opinion thus far. It's been a blast.
Chapter. The season loot pool is a season.
Chapter. That is what I meant. Chapter.
I remember.
The hypers are super uber powerful. Probably if you're using them for their purpose, like close up, probably one of the strongest weapons in the season. You can kill so fast with these. Yeah, hyper SMGs.
The old one from season 1?
No, this one.
Micro SMG.
Micro
SMG. Hyper's the old one where you can throw a scope on.
I've been up since 7 a.m.
I'm so confused. I was like, the hyper's all right, but saying
no,
the best,
you're right.
What
Micro. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Anyway, actually, I have
micro
one other complaint about the micro, and that is the fact that Chapter 5's big thing, like Chapter 4 is augments, right? Chapter 5 is mods. You can't put mods on it. It's like, we got a brand new weapon, you can't throw mods on it. I'm not saying we need to put a scope on it, because you can't, but like, could I not at least put like fast mag, or like hip fire, like something?
Yeah.
Like
something that makes it a little better, something optional, even if it's like give it 2 mod slots, and you can only use like mags and like,
give it 4,
barrels.
but just like the Monarch pistol, you can't put half the mods on. You can't put so just do that. Like, just give it 4 slots, but just only choose maybe no extended mag, but fast mag. Oh
yeah. It's a really powerful gun though if you're using it right.
Yeah.
Like I've been melted from 200 to 0 in about 5 seconds because
it's really strong close range. That's what I mean. It's good. It's a normal SMG, but at medium range, it has a fall off, which is needed.
Yeah.
Do you think it's gonna get nerfed? Because I do think it's a little strong close range. I'm not saying I want I'm saying like a 1 damage or 1 fire rate. I'm not saying I want 5. I don't want it to be weak. But just slightly bit. Maybe 1 damage and 1 fire
I hope it does.
rates.
I don't know if it will, I think is where I'm at with it. Because they've already I can speak. They've already implicated some nerfs for guns.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if you saw the Monarch pistol nerf.
We'll talk about it. Not the nerf.
Yeah.
What? Buff.
Buff
we'll talk
and
about
nerf.
It. We'll talk about it. But yeah. We'll see. That's the only thing I hope. Like, just 1 fire rate, maybe 2, 1 damage, just a little bit. Because it is a bit much with how fast you can shred.
Yeah.
Anyway, we still have half the stuff. Oh, God. Let's quickly go through. War Machine Arsenal, shoulder auto turret, and hover jets.
They're all right. Hover jets are very useful. Auto turrets kind of crap. The Arsenal got nerfed too hard.
Yeah. The hover jets just feel awkward. I don't like them. I'd rather have like more control. I don't know. It's nice. They just feel awkward to me. I also feel like they're screwing me over, and I've had some bugs. I think it's with the War Machine and hover jets with like I can't sprint. And it's after I use one of these two. The auto turret, it's just there. It's an early warning system. At zero mode is probably better, but in build mode, it's an early warning system. It doesn't actually do much. War Machine Arsenal, I don't think it got nerfed that hard. Like, it still reloads fast. Rocket spam was a bit much. Here's the thing, is the fact that, I don't know if you've seen it or have experienced it, when there's 4 of these, it's so stupid. And I'm happy they removed it. I still think they're a little common, because I literally dropped ranked after those changes, and I had a guy, as his first item, get War Machine Arsenal, which, by the way, I still killed him with a gray hyper. He was trash. But you should not get something like that with infinite rockets as a starting item, like floor loot. They are mythics for a reason. I think if they were a little stronger, I wouldn't mind. They just need to have a significantly reduced chance. Either make them worse and common, or make them strong and less common. I think they're a decent middle ground, but they're still a bit annoying. That's my thing. Like, they're not bad. It's just for a mythic, if it is a mythic, like, and I know we talked about all the other stuff's purple, which is really weird. So if it is supposed to be mythic, it needs to have a less spawn rate and do stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway, Captain America Shield's also there. Final Marvel item.
I think it's a little too powerful, honestly.
Well, have you played after the nerfs?
Which nerfs?
There's only one. It takes longer, or it takes less shots to break. You have to does a little bit less damage, and you have to be a little bit more accurate for the homing effect.
No. See, my only problem with it is that it blocks your whole body. I don't think it should. It's a tiny little shield. I feel like all of the other things were okay, and it would have been perfectly balanced if you could just still hit their feet.
It's whatever. I like the fact that you can bash with it. I'm excited to see that, because we don't have nitro effect. Which, by the way, I just want to quickly say, I think the nitro effect should still be in, not as an item. The fact that, I don't know if you saw, if you walk through the portals, because they're still there, they don't give you nitro, and if you don't jump, you die for fall damage.
Lovely.
So I think the nitro effect should still be there. But anyway.
Real quick, I found what the Doom Medallion does. So it allows you to absorb other players' shields when you damage them. So, like, if I were to get somebody down 100 shield that had 100 shield, I would fully absorb that, and then when you kill them, you get health. I think it's 50 health.
Okay. I've not seen anything about that.
That's what this site
says.
So I'll
have to look at some videos.
Yeah, I had to dig for that.
Play with it.
That's the only actually specific
that seems
description
really
I've found.
But yeah, Captain America Shield got some changes, because it's like the endgame LCM from chapter 1. Doom Arcane Gauntlets. We don't have these, do we?
We do.
But
Doombot drops them.
But remember in the trailer, there's this huge blast like laser beam. I don't think you could do that with those ones.
We don't have the laser beam, though. But we have the booms and the bombs.
So are these like Doombots medallions and Doom's medallions are different? I mean, Doom's gauntlets are different?
No, these drop from Doombot at Castle Doom.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, are we supposed to get Dr. Doom later, and he gives a different one with the laser?
It's possible, or it's just a completely different mythic that we're going to get later.
I don't know. But if it are, some changes, big bomb and smaller bomb. Small ones should not do 50. I think 40. 50 is a lot.
Yeah.
Striker Burst. It's back. It's mountable, and it has...
I hate it.
Projectile.
It's crap
now. Crap now. It's still the best one. But, yeah.
The projectile shots just ruined the fun.
Yeah. Striker AR, Soji AR. I don't know why they brought this back when we still have the combat AR. They're like the same. We only really need one. I think we should have like an infantry rifle or like a slower one, like the Nemesis or something. But having the combat and striker, they're like the same thing. Ranger pistol, hammer pump, cool. Gatekeeper, I don't like the fact that we have the Gatekeeper. Gatekeeper is one of the best shotguns we've ever had. And I don't like the fact that we have now had the third season where the Sovereigns are right. Gatekeeper's better in almost every way. Hyper SMG's back. Shockwave's not a weapon. They're not in tournaments. Also, I'm going to let you know, I don't think we're reaching an hour. We have 9 minutes left. So, we'll talk fast. Might be an hour and 10. So, what do you think about all those? Anything
it is a good loot pool. I wouldn't use everything here just because, like you said, there are some weapons that are just flat better than others, like despite preference. So
yeah, like the
I'm
Striker
probably
AR
not going to use some of them.
Way. The feel of the combat's better for me, because especially with the spread. But the Striker is better in almost every way, etc., etc. So it's kind of sad. The only other I didn't want to talk about the Sovereign and Monarch because those two we actually have to go into because they're interesting. Have you played with the new Sovereign after the changes? Faster ADS and fire rate.
I think so, yes. I think I did.
So I think that's very good. I do think the Gatekeeper is better in every way, and I'll be taking the Gatekeeper or the hammer. I'm going to take a green hammer, maybe blue hammer over the Mythic Sovereign. Sovereign feels really weird, but with the changes, it's viable, and I don't feel like I'm going to instantly die off spawn because I have it. I'm going to take Gatekeeper every day. Pretty much, it has a fast fire rate when you hip fire, slightly slower. What they changed was, I don't know if you saw, it's still slower when you ADS, but it was significantly slower. So now it's just slightly slower when you ADS fire rate. But the big thing is there's a very tight spread and increased damage because of that when you ADS, which is good. It's just I'm not ADSing when I'm using a shotgun. Like, I will sometimes, but to get max damage, I don't want to have to ADS. So, it's alright. What do you think? Especially for the Mythic, if you've used it a lot.
I've enjoyed using it. I don't know. I think it's an alright pump substitute, but once again, when you have the Gatekeeper, it's just like, why?
I think what they should have done is remove the hammer. I would prefer the Gatekeeper, but if they remove the hammer, it would feel more like a hammer pump. And it will give it more time to shine. But because the hammer's still here, I'm just going to stay with what I know. Because it's better. Mm-hmm. Then finally, the Monarch pistol. It looks like a Star Wars blaster.
A little bit. I could see it. I've enjoyed using it. How about you?
I like it, but I don't like it. I don't like the fact that it uses light ammo. It makes it feel really unbalanced.
I think it's a lot like a hand cannon, but slightly nerfed, in my opinion. It does really high damage, and they increased the damage with the recent buff/nerf, but then they decreased the fire rate by a lot, which was one thing that I really enjoyed about it.
Because, I don't know if you saw, it's temporary. There is an exploit, not an exploit, yes, it's temporary.
The multiplier is temporary.
The whole thing. Because it's making it like ADS, where you ADS, you do more damage, so it has a slower fire rate. All of that. It's like ADS. It's always like it's ADS. And
from what I read from the treat, the tweet, it was just the damage multiplier itself was temporary. It seemed like the fire rate itself was meant to stay.
So the fire rate when you hit fire does less damage. I don't know what the tweet says, but this is what I've seen from almost everyone's interpretation of it. Is it's just like when it's ADS permanently until it gets fixed, and then it's going to go back to what it was, where it's going to have a faster fire rate, less damage, more damage, but slower fire rate when you ADS. So I think it's going to go back. It's going to go back like what it was. It's just they permanently made it like what it was intended to be in ADS mode for now. So like I said, I just don't like the fact that it uses light ammo. It feels a bit much. I will say, and here's one big problem I have with this gun, but also the loophole. There is no DMR or sniper. This is the DMR. And I would much prefer an actual DMR or sniper, because it just feels better, like one-shot sniper or like one magazine sniper, or slightly weaker DMR versus just a pistol. The pistol is solid. It's good. I was using it earlier, and I'm tagging people 123 headshot like it's crazy. But I would just prefer an actual sniper or DMR than the Monarch pistol, and now the Monarch pistol is just a DMR with light ammo. But it's cool. Like you said, it's very similar to a Deagle. I'd honestly say better though, because it shoots slightly faster, and I don't know if you've seen the damage drop off. The damage drop off's like nothing, and the actual projectile fall off is also like nothing.
Yeah.
I'd almost say you're able to hit shots easier with this pistol than a DMR.
Yeah, most
maybe
of the time,
even a sniper. Which again, like I said, just balance wise, it just feels really awkward. I don't want to say completely ruin it, but maybe have a little bit more damage drop off, that I'm not only losing 2 damage at 200 meters, and make it use medium ammo, and I think I'd be fine. But it's cool. It's a very interesting gimmick, and I like that we're having interesting guns like this, though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I think that's it for
anything else? Yeah, I think so. Mobility is really just the jetpack and shockwaves. And then, so yeah, let's quickly, I want to go over a few rank things, tournament things, and then that's really it, unless you have anything else.
Nope.
So, do you have the blog post pulled up for tournaments?
I do, yep.
Okay. What do you think of the skins? Kuro and Renzo. I like Renzo. I want Renzo.
Yes, Renzo is always like a really cool skin, and I think it's really cool to see not just one of the basic skins being pulled for
like
a
Kuno.
Competitive
like Kuno's
one.
Cool, but we've seen it like 4 different times, or we've seen how many auras.
Yeah, so pulling something like Renzo, which was previously a Battle Pass skin, and making him a competitive skin, that's awesome. I really like that.
So yeah, I like that. So let's just quickly go through. Champion Road, what do you think about all these challenges? Because it's Grands, right? That's the big tournament. We have the LAN event. So we're going into that a little bit more this season. And I like that. I think trying to get the community engaged with it's a good thing.
Yeah,
what do you feel about
it? It's a really cool way to also kind of push people towards competitive a little bit. Like, a lot of the quests you do some stuff in competitive.
I do have a problem, though, because I like the fact that it's competitive, but I don't like the fact that I have to play a match in any tournament mode. I think it should just be ranked. Because play a match in the tournament mode, okay, that's not too hard, because I can do that in, say, the Ranked Cup that I'm going to do this Saturday. But I have to win a ranked tournament mode, too. I have to win in a tournament.
Yeah.
Not saying
that's kind of
I get
big
winning,
ask.
but in tournaments, if you want the general community to be engaged, a general person with enough time could win a bronze or silver ranked game. The general person is not winning an FNCS Cup, a Skin Cup, or a Ranked Cup win.
Yeah.
I think that's a bit much. That's really my only problem. But yeah, lots of cool, a bunch of old skins coming back. We have the new ones, some emotes. What do you think about the emote? Emote looks pretty cool.
Yeah, it's not bad.
But yeah, we have all these cups, get all the skins. Cypher PK PlayStation Cup was kind of random. You get the skin again, but there's 2 rounds. So if you do that round 1, you get it. And then, so that's top 1,000, and top 100 actually earn money. in round 2, which is this weekend. So that's interesting. We have the victory cups, performance evaluation, caps cups, normal. Then here's the big thing that I want your opinion on. We got reload cups.
Yep.
How do you feel about that? That we're getting more, and that there is more money in reload than zero build. So that's one thing that I've seen some people question.
I think the competitive side of things should be, where there's the players, there's the money. So if reload is getting more players than zero build, sure, give it more money. Like that's clearly what people are enjoying more. And I'm not saying take it all away from zero build. There should still be something there for the people who play it. But
yeah,
if this is getting more attention, then put more money there. And clearly, a lot of the competitive space is those people that are kind of yearning for that, like, bring back some of the Chapter 1 feel. So yeah. It's good that they are bringing a competitive to this mode that they clearly wanted to feel a little bit more like Chapter 1, because then you still have those people who are, original like Chapter 1 competitors.
Yeah. So I'm excited. I do think they took a little too much. If I remember correctly, I don't think there is any zero build tournaments this season. Yeah, I'm looking through. I don't think there's any. So yeah, it's a bit much. But I'm excited to see how it goes. The first one did not work. There's apparently some parental settings, so people couldn't play in the eval cup. But I'm excited to see where it goes because it's also going to be stacked. Do you know what that means when I say it's going to be like stacked endgame or stacked games? Top players.
Oh.
It's like top 20 from round 1 will play. So it's not going to be open. It's not going to be thousands of teams. It is top 20 teams are going to be playing in these money cups. So, best players. And they're going to be platform cups. Apparently, mobile as well.
Bruh.
Then there's the ranked cups as normal. I'm excited to see what the ranked, what Dr. Doombrella ranked version is going to look like. Imagine the smoke's also like purple and all the ranks.
That'd be awesome.
Cool. There's even some music packs and wheels.
Because why not?
Everyone is involved. And then here's a big thing that's really weird. Passing the Axe of Champions 2.0. Do you know what that is?
The Axe of Champions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So everyone gets it. For winning if you win a skin cup, you get it. But it's also coming to the item shop on September 4th.
Oh.
Do you know how you got it before?
Didn't you have to, win a big thing?
Win FNCS. And the following season, it was removed from your locker for the new winners. And now it's coming to the item shop.
Huh.
So, but in good news, they're actually working on a 3.0. So, which will replace it. So everyone gets 2, and then it's going to continue to be the same thing. I think it's just kind of interesting that this is happening after the battle pass and everything. It seems like they're just trying to remove exclusivity. And I don't mind if in a year or two, in Chapter 7, we get version 4 and the version 3's in the item shop. That we go through this, they get a new one, and everyone else in the community has the option to get it. Obviously for paid, but they have the option to get it. It's not locked behind a tournament win. So I like that. Just kind of really random. And one other thing that I think I want to talk to you about real quick. In recent competitions, all competitors are required to have a minimum account level in order to compete. I think it was 50. With Chapter 5 Season 4, we update the following. Most cash prize tournaments will now require an account level of 350 or higher. And other tournaments require account level 50 or higher. So, rank cups just have to be 50, but in order to actually earn money, you have to be 350. How do you feel about that? And why do you think that is?
That's kind of crazy.
Why do you think that is? This is a great change. Because do you know what you actually have to do now to play for money?
What?
Play the game. This is good for hackers. If you have a brand new account, you cannot get to level 50 in a season real quick. You can buy to level 50, right? So you can instantly play in a tournament and win. Zero build. That's one reason why I think zero build probably lost some. Almost every tournament last season was filled with hackers. It was really bad. So now you have to be level 350, meaning 2 or 3 seasons you have to play before you can start competing, which I get is hard. But for the grand scheme and integrity of the mode, that's really good, and that's going to help a lot of scuffed cheaters, stuff like that.
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Yeah, because
that's the thing that I'm excited about.
Even if I'm playing Fortnite for the competitive aspect off the bat, it's probably better to not necessarily lock them in a warm-up phase, but force them to, have to earn their way there rather than just
an evaluation
immediately
phase.
being
Like,
able
are
to.
you cheating or not? Because this is good, but like, I'm trying to think. Like, say that you did just start a new account and you're good. I'm going to be honest, if your first season and your default and you're playing in these tournaments and you're getting endgame, I'm reporting you. If you have like 5 hours played and you're competing at the end, like final zones, that's very suspicious. So this is just forcing players to at least have playtime. That would just make it seem less likely that you're cheating. So that's the big thing.
Yeah.
I understand for other reasons, but for cheating wise, I think this is good. I think that's really it. And then finally, there's some other changes, which is very interesting. Fortnite Battle Royale Solo Victory Cups. So you know that these are, right? Solo Victory Cups. If you win one game in round 2, instant $100, right?
Yeah.
Which is really good for people like you who are more new to competitive to get a chance to win. I'm not saying you're playing them, but you have a chance to win, right?
Mm-hmm.
They've changed the numbers from North America from 10,000 to 5,000. For EU from 15,000 down to 7,000, Brazil to 2,500 to 2,000, Middle East 2,000 to 2,000, and then Asia and Oceanic from 15 up to 2,000. That's a big cut. That is a big cut. That's almost half as many people, and I'm wondering if either just because that's a lot of money that they're putting in, that they're just less, to take money for reload cups. But I also wonder if it's because this is the LAN season that they're just having less money this season for that. I don't know. What do you think? Because like I said, like the Victory Cups are more towards you. They are competitive, but they're very much more casual competitive versus Cash Cups. Having less chance for normal people to win money.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It is what it is. As a casual player, if you're playing casually, you're probably not going to worry about competitive much itself. Competitive is for the people who like to play competitively. So the whole mentality of a casual getting into competitive, I don't see it being as important.
Yeah. And is there anything else? Because I want to end on one thing.
No, go for it.
So that's what I was saying at the beginning on how I'm just losing trust in Fortnite. I agree. Casuals should play casual and comp should be a different thing. And this season has shown that they really do not care about their community. Because do you know what we've gone back on from last season?
Good.
Split loot pools. It's the same loot pool again. In ranked. Tournaments are different. Tournaments do not have cars. Tournaments do not have War Machine Arsenal. But it is all in ranked. War Machine Arsenal and Auto Turret aren't overpowered. But we're going to ask for nerfs. Because now it's affecting our game. That's what happened last season. It's not necessarily that we were asking for nerfs from cars, though I do think they need to be balanced. We're not necessarily asking for nerfs on the stuff, but now it's affecting our mode. If it wasn't affecting our mode, I do not think people would be asking for War Machine Arsenal nerfs.
Yeah.
But now we are. It's not our fault that we're complaining when they're throwing if there's infinite rockets or infinite ammo, it's just going to be an overpowered, annoying gimmick in ranked in tournaments. And we just have that back. And it just shows that, because like I said, now it's affecting casuals, because now the comp players' mode is affected. If they split loot pools, everyone will be happy, and they're going right back to, we don't care, we want the casuals to play tournaments. And that's just my big problem with the season. I wouldn't mind it if I didn't have to deal with War Machine Arsenal and Auto Turret, maybe keep hover jets. But it's just pubs with a number. Again, it just removes ranked completely. But actually, there is one thing I want to end on. Did you see that fact that we might actually have a chance at updates this season?
Yes, I did see
Good
that.
updates. So theoretically, we should be getting some LTMs back and all the old Marvel Mythics. We'll talk about them as we go. I don't know how much I'm playing this season, and that's not because of the rank thing. BO6 betas in a week. I'm going to be playing that.
It's going to be a little busy.
I'm not touching Fortnite while the beta's out. But I'm excited to see where the season goes. But just because of that, I'm just kind of losing trust. And here's another thing that we have to be skeptical of and nervous about. Do you know what else is coming this season that I don't think I'm seeing enough people talk about? Fortnite is this season.
Oh, shoot.
That's what I'm saying. So, skeptical about the season because Fortnite has not done well. We might not get seasons. I'm hoping for a POI change and like some map changes. We haven't had any of those this chapter. But we'll see. But either way, I'm hoping to get some LTMs and the mythics back. But yeah. We'll keep you updated as we play, because I am going to play the season. JJ's going to play the season. But with that, I'm Dr. Zombrain with my co-host. Yes. And follow us at Nerd Rant Podcast on Instagram and Twitter, and join the Discord. Hit that link tree to check out where we upload our videos. We're on YouTube. We're on Apple Podcasts. We're on everything. It's pretty dang cool.
Press the buttons, Discord. Do things. Please like us.
And bye. Woo!